I was raised in a non-religious family and have never been a Christian or an atheist. When I was doing radio interviews years ago, and I did about 200, I defended atheists at every turn. My work proves, with Jesus' own words, that he would rather we be heretics that personify brotherly love than holy priests that don't. There are atheists with more Christ alive in them than within all sorts of Christians. Nevertheless, the biggest problem with atheists is the same as with Christians, Muslims, and Jews. Who among them has studied biblical scripture with the sole desire to uncover its revelations using rational thought, and when shall the world hear any of them teach the critical revelation that the literal message is dead and kills the spiritual message? Why do they defy that revelation and choose to embrace literalism? The first time I read the Bible, I took no notes, as I wanted to get a feel for it. Even then, it became evident that there were many contradictions, bringing to mind this question: is the Bible to be taken literally? If the answer is no, then the foundations of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism fail, because they are all built upon literal interpretation. The arguments from atheists about the Bible also fail, as they too are built upon literalism. This is why there are Christians, Muslims, Jews, and atheists that reject my work, because my work invites these people to look beyond literalism to the spiritual message, and they do not want to do that. They would rather build war than peace. Until 2 years ago, I had no idea there were extremist atheists until I sent my work to atheist leaders regarding Bill O'Reilly's annual War on Christmas, and I discovered that they have no interest in my work because they have no interest in utilizing rational thought regarding the Bible's message. The responses I received ranged from dismissive to angry to hateful. It became clear that these atheists were as extremist as holier-than-thou Christians. None of these groups are interested in making peace. They live to fight against each other over the Bible. They are not interested in seeking a solution because they are not interested in determining the heart of the problem. How can a solution be found when no one cares to define the problem? The heart of the problem is literalism. Extremist Christians, Jews, Muslims, and atheists thrive off literalism, ignoring the biblical revelation that literalism kills the spiritual message. They do not care about the spiritual message, but only about their wildly incorrect, selfish points of view. I am stunned that there are atheists that truly hate the Bible. The problem with the Bible is not the Bible, but with people that use the Bible to serve their own selfish agendas. What I have always admired about atheists is that, when considering the Bible, they at least use their rational mind enough so to point out contradictions and to question these things. What I don't admire about atheists, especially the atheist leaders with whom I have corresponded, is that they could care less that the Bible reveals its message as firstly a spiritual one and not a literal one. They don't care about that tidbit of information because it changes everything. I quite expect holier-than-thou Christians to fight like hell against my work and even hate me, but I never expected it from atheists. Of course, not all atheists are extremists, as not all Christians, Muslims, and Jews are extremists. You can always tell the extremists, and there are plenty of them on MySpace. They are the ones that absolutely refuse to move beyond literalism. They are lovers of the literal message and haters of the spiritual one. When I was 10 years old, I remember looking up at the stars one night and concluding that some force was out there that created the magnificence of the universe, and that my life was not for nothing, but had meaning and purpose. If there is no God, and the universe is here by happenstance, and there is nothing to hope for after death, then I must conclude that my life has ultimately no meaning and purpose. At 10 years old, I knew the notion of God was all about somethingness versus nothingness. Are we here alive on earth because there is something out there that brought us into existence? Something out there that we will know after death? Or are we here alive on earth because of nothingness? That life in the universe grew out of nothingness and will return to nothingness? Why is it wrong for humans to have religion? I do not believe it is wrong, but a natural part of the human condition. Extremist atheists disagree. They would prefer a world without any religion whatsoever because they cannot fathom anyone thinking about such dumb things as God or an afterlife. God exists if you believe the Bible's spiritual definition of God, that God is the invisible spirit of selfless love that lives and grows within all that live and grow in the Spirit. I know that selfless love exists. It is within me. It is within my loved ones and friends. I see it in strangers. The Bible does not instruct us to be idolaters of a literal God, but rather ambassadors of the spirit of selfless love in this world fraught with selfishness, for that is the true meaning of belief in God. Sadly, that message is repulsive to extremist Christians, Muslims, Jews, and atheists. They are not about to give up their selfishness to teach the way, truth, and life of selfless love. What a shame. If you are interested in my work, you do not need to purchase my books, as nearly every critical subject regarding the Bible has been presented in my blogs on MySpace. I do not claim to have all the answers and welcome your comments and criticisms. Thank you.